So we are here with Nick from College Hunks Hauling Junk, and we're going to learn a little about your story, Nick. So why don't you get right into it? Who are you? What's your background?
So started the company College Hunks Hauling Junk when I was in college. It was the summer before my senior year. I was just home for summer vacation. My buddy and I were looking for some ways to make extra money, and we just took computer printout flyers and put College Hunks Hauling Junk on them and stuck them in mailboxes. We thought it was a catchy way to make the phone ring. People had a need for the service. We went back to school for our senior year and wrote a business plan, and it ended up winning an entrepreneurship competition. So that gave us a little more confidence in the idea. But we'd always been brought up to sort of just study hard, get good grades, and get a good job after college. So we actually got corporate jobs after school. About 6 months into it, I hated it. I was unfulfilled. And I emailed my buddy from high school and said, what's our timeline for quitting our jobs and starting the business on a full scale? And he must have been feeling the same way, because he emailed me back, all capital letters, my timeline's right now, let's do this. So we quit our jobs. Needless to say, our parents were a little bit skeptical that we were going to start a junk removal business. And our vision was always to become a national brand. That's what we wanted to become. But at the beginning, we really didn't know how to do that. So we were, at the beginning, doing all the work ourselves. Driving the truck, answering the phone, hauling the junk. We actually had the 800 number routed to our cell phone. And so if people called about the driving, I'd be the one in the driver's seat apologizing to them, letting them know, we don't condone that type of driving in our business. We'll talk to them when they get back to the office. So we probably fired ourselves 3 or 4 times that first summer. And then, for us, that was the real first lesson that we learned in business, was to start being able to work on the business, not in the business, and start creating systems so that we could get off the truck, have another truck, and then, 3, 4, 5 more trucks, and ultimately be able to franchise the business so we could expand. And that was our ultimate goal. So now we have over 50 franchises throughout the U.S., over 500 employees system-wide. We have a call center in Tampa that books all of the appointments for our franchise owners, and we're just continuing to pursue our vision.
So 50 franchises, 10 years later, and you don't regret leaving the corporate job?
No, don't regret leaving the corporate job. It was the best decision we made. Being able to live out our dreams every day, see the impact that our company has on our employees, the impact it has on our customers when we provide our services, and of course the impact it has on our franchise owners, changing their lives, helping to help merge our vision with their professional and personal vision to be a business owner for themselves.
I'm guessing when you get up to 50 franchises, there's probably some bumps and bruises along the way, some stuff you had to learn the business way, right? What were some of the things, the challenges you might have run into?
Well, honestly, one of the biggest challenges for us was understanding that the franchise industry was almost like a separate business in and of itself. So there was the learning curve of understanding franchising. When we first started, we grew a very successful local moving and hauling operation in College Hunks Hauling Junk. But when we started franchising, we realized that we didn't know a lot about selling franchises, supporting franchises, and everything else. So we joined the International Franchise Association, the IFA. We started surrounding ourselves with mentors that had done it and been there and understood how to successfully grow a franchise network. Read a lot of books, attended a lot of conferences, and with that, we were sort of able to become almost experts in the franchising space, which has allowed us to, navigate the little bumps and bruises along the way.
Do you have to be a college hunk to move the junk? Do you have to be a college hunk? Is that something like you look for when you're looking for a franchise owner?
So our franchise owners, we call them the coaches or the professors. So they can be any age, any background, any demographic. They're actually hiring and mentoring the college hunks that are going to be doing the heavy lifting. So our franchise owners don't get behind the wheel of a truck. They don't haul any furniture or move anything themselves. They're really the manager or the catalyst for the business itself. We also define hunks as an acronym which stands for honest, uniformed, nice, knowledgeable service. So by that definition, we all still qualify. And really what it's doing, the name itself is a great brand. It's a way to make the phone ring. It's a pattern interrupt. We say it's like a purple cow. If you're driving down a country road and you see a field of brown cows, you keep driving. But if there's a purple cow there, you're going to stop. People are going to take pictures of it and tweet it and put it on social media. And so our brand name and our colors and everything is very bright and vibrant in a very crowded, fragmented industry, which helps us stand out from the rest of the competitors. And then the fact that we're hiring not your traditional mover or hauler. We're hiring a clean-cut, friendly individual to go in and provide a personable service. It helps separate ourselves on the service level to our customers as well, which increases repeat and referral business and helps the company grow. So that's what our franchise owners, I think, really appeals to them, is the idea that they're not just hiring movers and haulers, they're hiring future leaders, and they're providing skills like sales, customer service, and marketing to their employees. We have a lot of employees tell our franchise owners, I learned more working here in this job than I did at any other class in college or any other job I've had. And so that's really a meaningful and impactful experience for our franchise owners to have when they're actually not only making an impact on the customers, but also the employees that they hire.
So touch on that a little bit. We've all seen movers that are maybe not people you'd want to have in your house necessarily, maybe, when you're looking for these clean-cut people, why would they want to come work for you? There's probably only a limited amount of those out there, right? So why would they want to come work for your brand?
So you kind of mentioned something about moving, and the moving experience is next to death and divorce as the third most stressful time in anybody's life. So it's a very emotional time for people. They're being sort of uprooted from their comfort level, and the level of trust and care that has to be exhibited by the person or company that's providing the moving services is very high. And so the fact that we're hiring clean-cut, responsible, friendly individuals, energetic individuals to go into the home and do the work, that's who our franchisees are hiring, it makes a big difference on the service level. And the reason that these individuals want to come work for our franchise owners is because it's more than just a job. We say building leaders is one of our core values. A fun, enthusiastic team environment is one of our core values. So it creates an experience where people want to work there. They don't feel like they have to work there. They're learning skills that they're going to carry throughout their career, and look at this as almost a stepping stone. We say that one of our sort of ideological visions as a brand is to be a launching pad of entrepreneurship for our employees, so that when our franchise owners hire people, they're empowering them to treat the truck when they go out every day as if it's their own small business, and they're learning sales and customer service and marketing and understanding how to control expenses, which is really powerful that most people can't understand or learn in a frontline position, working in retail or a sandwich shop or anything similar to that.
So yeah, you're moving some junk, right? But it goes a lot further than that as far as what kind of experience you're trying to give to the customer.
Absolutely. What we're providing, we're moving junk, we're moving furniture, but we're trying to go as above and beyond on the actual emotional experience that we provide from a service level. The name and the brand itself is kind of the sizzle, but the experience that our customers have with the employees of our franchise owners is really the stake. That's what creates the repeat and the recurring revenue. And we say that our purpose as a brand is to move the world. So it kind of has a double meaning. It's on the literal level, we're a moving company. We want to be able to ultimately move anything, anywhere. But on the emotional level, we want to move people with the interaction that they have with our company, both our employees and our customers at the end user level.
All right, Nick, so in this specific space, moving stuff, moving junk, moving people's lives around, right? There's a lot of companies out there. What makes you guys different than the guy down the street that might be doing the same thing, it seems like?
Sure. So it's a very fragmented industry. It's a $10 billion industry. And what we've been able to do is we've been able to capture two pieces of that industry rolled into one. Number one, we do moving services, but we also offer junk removal services as well, which increases the average job size per customer that our franchisees enjoy. It's almost like if you went to McDonald's and they didn't have fries to offer when you ordered a hamburger. By us offering moving services and junk removal combined, it increases the job opportunities, because every time somebody moves, they also have junk to get rid of. And it really boils down to the same core competency that we're offering, trucks and labor. And there's no other company in the world that offers the moving and the junk removal combined into one. The brand itself stands out in a crowded landscape. So I would bet odds that there's no other moving or hauling company out there in the community that people will stop, pull over, and take a photo of and put up on social media. But our company does that, our brand does that. But more importantly, we provide a ton of back office support for our franchise owners. We provide a central call center that actually books all the inbound calls for our franchise owners throughout the day, so that our franchise owners can focus on managing their crew and going out and networking in the community. They don't have to answer the phone or hire somebody and manage somebody to answer the phone, or what happens if that person doesn't show up to work, who's answering the phone. We have a central call center that does that. We also have a back-end marketing system that generates leads for our franchise owners. So we're on the first page of Google. If somebody's searching for keywords like junk removal or moving, we provide direct mail, guerrilla marketing, and grassroots PR efforts to benefit our franchise owners. And all of those things really just help to drive revenue to the bottom line of the franchise owners without them having to do a lot of work or spend a lot of money. And then the last thing that we provide is a bunch of ongoing support and training to help the franchisees be successful. We have an online learning management platform that helps diminish the cost of turnover when it comes to hiring and training their frontline employees. Really helps them, the franchisees, make it a turnkey process so they can work on the business and not in the business, like we talk about in franchising 101.
So you're not the one driving around the truck and also answering the phone and trying to sell and also move stuff at the same time.
Exactly right. Yeah. So the franchisees aren't the one driving the truck, answering the phone, hauling the junk themselves. They leave that to delegate to us and to their employees to handle that.
Awesome. Let's say you move stuff, right? But you also talked about moving junk and moving people as being separate things.
Yep.
So get into that a little bit.
So when we first started the company, we were strictly offering junk removal services, helping people get rid of stuff they no longer need or want and taking it to be properly recycled, donated, or disposed of. That's an industry and a niche in and of itself. But as we got into that business, we had so many customers calling us and asking us and saying, hey, I also need to move this stuff to donation or move this stuff to storage, or I'm moving my home across town, can you pack up and move me? And we were turning that business away for a while. We were turning enough business away before we realized we're leaving a lot of money on the table. So we decided really our core competency is trucks and labor. On the junk removal side, we're able to help people get rid of items, remove the clutter that's creating, cramping up their workspace or their living space and taking up valuable square footage in their home, while also providing a moving service, which is a $3 billion industry in and of itself on the local level. Collectively, it's over a $10 billion industry combined. So we're able to offer both services rolled into one franchise concept, which no other business is doing. One other thing I wanted to mention is that we also offer our franchisees a national partnership program and national vendor program. Because we're starting to have a big footprint, we actually can generate leads through national associations with senior move management organizations, nonprofit organizations like Goodwill, professional organizers. So our franchisees get business without having to do any work or without having to spend money on marketing or networking. We're generating that for them at the corporate level that helps funnel down to them. There's no cost of client acquisition for them on that side. And then we also have national vendor programs with trucks, insurance, uniforms. So there's a lot of buying power in our network that somebody independently couldn't do if they wanted to go start up a business like this on their own.
And that makes you different than the guy down the street that just has his pickup truck and wants to move you.
Yeah, so us having this national network, the national brand, the national partnerships that we offer from a revenue generation standpoint and from a vendor purchasing standpoint really helps separate us from the independent mom and pop companies that go out and just get a truck and try to offer this service. And that boils down to the trust level that the customers have, because if you're having somebody come into your home to move your prized belongings or haul away junk that you don't need anymore, you want to be comfortable with the person that's coming in to do that work. And our franchise owners are all hiring, background checked, clean, friendly individuals that are going to provide that trustworthy service. So again, that helps elevate our brand to another level.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's been great hearing about your brand. Much success to you in the future.
Appreciate it.
Thank
you very much. So it's been a great time here at the TES conference. Love meeting all the coaches. Through the end of the year, 2014, we're doing an extra bonus for the coaches if we get any placements done. I know we're in about 3 months left in the year. An extra $5,000 for the coaches if we can get a placement done before 2014. That's in addition to the $24,000, $32,000, or $40,000 placement fee that's currently in place with TES coaches. So we're looking forward to getting some more deals done this year and on into the future.